private beach. Any tourists and stuff can come here. Luckily, I'm living here, so I can enjoy this whenever I want. It's Playa Delfines, as you can see, the dolphin statues. Delfines being dolphins. Dolphin beach. And the red flag is flying, which it always seems to be flying here. That's the only downside. The sea is always wild here. It's one of the beaches where I've never seen it still. But you can go to like Playa, Cancun, and different beaches like that. There's so many beaches along this sort of hotel zone strip. The only downside is all the tourists. But yeah, but this is the place to come for sure if you're visiting. Pelicans flying over your head. You couldn't make it up. It's just the definition of a beautiful tropical experience. But yeah, as you can see, red flag flying, but people still go out there. I hear like 10 things a week of people going in the sea, even though the red flag's flying, and getting rescued and stuff, and drowning and dying. Take your pick. But yeah, I love this beach anyway. It's my first time back here. I've been in Mexico like a month or two now, but it's my first time back at this beach, even though it's my favourite beach. I'm very busy with my music and things, different projects, but you can see it's really nice. You do get iguanas, the spiny-tailed iguanas, but I'm not seeing any of those right now. But they're just chilling on the beach quite often. If I look around, you might actually see the iguana. See what I can find. You'd be surprised, they're not too hidden once you spot them. They're just usually by these bushes and stuff. But I'm not sure. Doesn't seem to be any signs of them today. Usually you'll spot an iguana. It may be the weather. It's not actually the hottest day today. It looks like. I don't know where the iguanas are hiding today, so you may not see one. I saw one earlier, but that was by the lagoon. In Cancun, you got like the sea one side and the lagoon the other side, where all the crocodiles are. But occasionally, people still risk swimming there, which is a bit local, a bit crazy. Yeah, look at that. It's one thing in Mexico, Cancun particularly, you'll see so much great street art. Not that this is street art so much, I think this is commission probably. You can see their Instagram at the top there. But it's really nice art. Makes everything even more colourful than it already is. Yeah, take a look at that crystal clear blue water. And if you're lucky, you don't even have to get here early sometimes to get one of these to sit under when the sun's beating down. I may just stick to this one, or I may get hit by a football if I'm not unlucky. But yeah, it's really beautiful. It's really nice. I may sit in the sun to get the very little rays of sun that there are today. Although, as I said, that it's starting to beat down on me, which is nice. But yeah, so how's this for a beautiful destination? I gotta say, people ask me sometimes, why do you want to live out in Mexico? Is it dangerous? Is it scary? I say this. This is why. And if you keep yourself to yourself, it's not particularly dangerous here. Especially Cancun. It's kind of the least dangerous place in Mexico, really. It's probably very windy, you may not be able to hear me that well, but anyway, take a look at that. I'm going to go sit down, I think, sit here, I think. But yeah, what was I going to say? Look at the sand, beautiful. Sand beneath my British toes. And horrible feet. Cancun, a few things to be careful with. Don't take the taxis from the airport unless you want to pay a lot of money. try and pre-book a taxi. Taxis, if you're in the downtown, really shouldn't be costing you more than other places. So if you're being charged more, you're probably getting ripped off. Also, I think what else is worth knowing? Just tip your taxi drivers and your waiters and things like that, because a lot of them do rely on that over here. The wages are so slim and unimpressive. Yeah, people are working like 8 to 10 hours for less than like £20, dollars, whatever, you know. It's ridiculous. So the wages rely on tips really over here, unfortunately. But yeah, if you can tip. I mean, if you're having a meal, you've always got a tip, basically. I think you're supposed to tip like 20% or something. It's about the standard over here. So you haven't got to go too crazy, but if you want to, do it. But yeah. And what else is there I could tell you in this video? Just living here, you do learn a lot of little tricks. If you're with someone Spanish, who speaks Spanish in a taxi or something, like your friend or whoever speaks Spanish, and you don't, just don't talk in the taxi, or you'll be charged more. Just let the Spanish people talk, you'll get a cheaper fare. That's one good piece of advice from a gringo. Also, something worth knowing, you do get crocodilos in the sea here, so you can see them floating around in the sea sometimes, which I know seems unbelievable, but I'm guessing they must be saltwater crocs, or it's because the lagoon meets the sea that they're here. But not this beach, I haven't heard of it, but other beaches, I think Playa, Cancun that I mentioned earlier, there's been crocodiles floating around, small ones, under the pier thing, the jetty things, and yeah, you get lots of wildlife here. You get jaguar, so be careful for them, but very, very rare you'll see one of those. Lots of iguanas, lots of anole lizards, you get pythons, which I'm yet to see, but I've seen a few snakes here. You get these little blind snakes, which you find if you lift things up sometimes. They're like little black, glistening, shiny, weird worm looking things. Very small, but they're actually a little snake, little blind snake. They're really cool, but you'll only find them if you go looking. Scorpions, again, you don't see them really unless you go looking, but sometimes you might get one in your resort or something. But yeah, I love scorpions. I found some really cool ones here. A big black one, which is actually less dangerous than the small Paquito scorpions. Smaller, the more deadly. So remember that, and I think the lighter the colour, the more deadly as well. But yeah, I found the little small ones with red pincers. I found big black ones, mixture of scorpions. You get coati here, coatamundi, but the locals call them coati over here. Pelicans, there's one just dived as I said that, dived into the sea. I think I missed it on the camera, unfortunately. But they're really cool. Pelicans flying overhead. There's one over there in the distance there, floating by. But yeah, the coatamundi, you get raccoons, you get a possum, which unfortunately are considered a pest here, I believe, so I think people kill them. But I love possums, and they actually keep a lot of the pests away, so there you go, dive in there. But yeah, the possums are actually a great thing to have around, so they should be treated with the same respect as the coatamundis. People love the coati here, the locals put out food for them and all that stuff, but possums don't get the same treatment. I haven't seen many. I've seen one possum here in a cave once. I'd like to see more, but I haven't seen many of them. But anyway, there's a few little facts for you all anyway. 10 minutes of yakking from me. Now I'm just going to chill and eat a Subway. Got my job's worth in the Subway today. Wouldn't give me anything extra. I paid over £10 for the sandwich. He wouldn't give me any olives or nothing, and I took off the pork because I don't eat pork. So really, that should have justified adding something, but I couldn't believe it, because usually they can do a set one, but you say what salad you want or whatever in England anyway. you know, the salad you can sort of pick and choose, but not here. It's like you gotta just have what's on the menu, which I find weird. But obviously it's their money making fucking thing. Subway wankers can't do you a good I don't know why I went there anyway. Favourite, but that's all there was, unfortunately. Yeah, the red flag still flying there. If you see the red flag, don't go anywhere near the water. Don't swim in it anyway. I think there's yellow, that's like at your own risk or whatever. And green, of course, is fine, safe enough, at your own risk once again. There you go. Yeah, be careful, because people who are crazy, like whoever that is out in the sea now, there's someone out there that you can't even see really. But beyond those waves floating around, people like that is the ones who end up getting caught and drowning, and the lifeguard's got to go swimming out for them. So yeah, try not to give the lifeguards a hard day's work, and also try not to die in the waves. Save yourself stress, you know. Check for the flags. Right, adios amigos. Buenas tardes.